In other news, there are concerns that the European Commission's move to slap additional tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles could complicate the EU's ambitious plans of reaching net zero carbon emissions come 2050. The duties of up to 38% are in response to European Union accusations that Beijing is engaging in unfair trade practices. China has rejected the allegations and has threatened to retaliate. William Denselow reports from Brussels.
A European market flooded with cheap and heavily subsidised Chinese electric vehicles. That warning from senior EU officials sparked an investigation last October.
This is a matter of great concern. As we have shown, we will defend our companies, we will defend our economies, we will never hesitate to do so if this is required.
Now the bloc has taken action. The EU Commission says it will impose duties of up to 38.1% on imports of Chinese EVs, with duties varying based on compliance with its probe. According to analysts, Chinese brands will have an 11% market share in Europe this year, rising to 20% come 2027. These brands can be nearly 30% cheaper than European competitors. Officials hope this additional duty could raise over $6 billion annually and help level the playing field.
This value chain benefits from unfair subsidiarization, which is causing a threat of economic injury to EU battery electric vehicles producers.
But there are concerns that trade disputes with China could put the brakes on the EU's climate targets. Electrified vehicles accounted for nearly half of all new car registrations in the EU last year. But some fear costlier vehicles could dent demand, undermining the bloc's own plans to ban the sale of petrol and diesel cars by 2035.
The consumer confidence is based on security of the future. And indeed, if you don't know if I want to buy a car, electric vehicle, what will be the price of my product? Also, the regulations are changing often.
Recent data suggests the EU needs a jolt when it comes to the rollout of its EV charging infrastructure. ABB e-mobility, with its new range of fast charging stations, is one of the firms trying to get it back on track. According to the European Automobile Manufacturers Association, the EU needs to build 8 times more EV charging stations per year by 2030 to hit its emissions targets. Those here say that's well possible, but only with the right ambition and political stability. EU officials say its climate policies can't be built on unfair trade practices. But several European countries, including Germany, have expressed reservations, warning that trade disputes can lead to surging prices. Some in the industry say competition is key to driving innovation.
We can learn from a market which is ahead, right? So we know from looking at that market also what will be coming towards us. So it puts us in a place where we can make sure that our products are also future-proof. And that is super important.
The European Commission has left the door open to Chinese authorities to explore possible paths towards a resolution. But if that's not reached, the duties are set to take effect in July, with the Commission's anti-subsidy investigation continuing until November. China has accused the EU of protectionism, but EU officials say they're being steered by threats to its auto industry's green transition. William Denselow, CNA, Brussels.